Hey guys, how's it going out there? I hope everyone's doing well, and welcome back to Bees Wax Packs. I've got a super exciting video for you today. Actually, this is part 1 of 3. So what I've gone and done is I've purchased 3 boxes of 91-92 Fleer basketball. But not just any 3 boxes. Right in front of you here is the basic 36 count. I think there's 12 cards per pack in this box. We'll find out soon. But anyway, this is just the basic box right here, which we're going to open in just a second. And if you can see it here in the background, just my camera, I've got a jumbo box over here. There's 24 packs. I'm not sure how many cards are in those, but this is a big box. I was surprised how big this is when I got this in the mail. And last but not least, I have an even bigger rack pack box over here. There's 24 rack packs in this box. 37 cards per rack pack, 42, something like that. I haven't really looked yet, but we'll find out. So I'm gonna save the rack pack for last. That's gonna be part 3. So that'll be the 3rd video. I'll do the jumbo box in second video. And in this video, I'm going to stick with our basic wax box right here. So initially, I wanted to do all 3 of these in one video. I wanted to sort of compare and see exactly what we would get out of each box. Logically, you would expect that the rack pack box we're going to get the most cards out of, and we are going to get the most cards out of. Now specifically, and what most people do when they go through these 91-92 Fleer basketball cards is they look for one player, and you guessed it, Michael Jordan. This is all Series 1, by the way. All 3 of these boxes are Series 1. Series 1 does have the majority of the Michael Jordan cards. I think there's like 3 or 4 cards in the Series 1 set, and an additional Pro Visions card. You can see on the box there's a David Robinson Pro Vision insert card. There's a Michael Jordan there too. So there's like 4 or 5 different Jordans just in Series 1. Series 2, I think there's only like 1 or 2 Jordans. Series 2 has all the rookie cards. There's not a whole lot of rookies in this year. Dikembe Mutombo, Larry Johnson are probably your best ones. Series 1 though has all the Hall of Famers, but like I said, Michael Jordan is one we're looking for. So I really wanted to see and compare, how many Michael Jordans can we get out of these different boxes? And logically, you would still expect the most out of the rack pack box, and probably a lot out of the jumbo box as well. But see, there's also that price point. So I recently got these October 2024 off eBay, and these are actually some of the cheapest basketball cards, unopened, wax pack boxes you can get. They just keep going up and up and up. So if you're looking to invest, you might just want to buy some of these boxes and hold on to them, because the last couple of years they've just really been going up. And I'm not just talking about these Fleer, I'm talking about all of them. All of them have been going up. So this right here is about one of the cheapest ones I could find on eBay of all basketball cards. And I didn't do an auction. I just did a buy it now, and the cheapest I could find of this 36 count box was $60. The cello box was what was it? I think it was around 100, and then the rack pack box was about 125. So if you're thinking, man, you overpaid, that's a lot. As of October 2024, the buy it now, not an auction, the buy it now, that was the cheapest I could find. And I tell you, some of these, especially the rack pack boxes, were getting closer to 200. So you can do an auction, of course, and some of you out there may be more familiar with eBay than me, spend a lot more time. In my experience, you do an auction, I said $60, I got this for, buy it now. I find if I did an auction after waiting around 7 days and, maybe I'd get it, maybe I wouldn't, I might probably get it for $55, so $5 less. Yeah, money's money, but at the same time, I just, I hate the sweat and everything that goes 7 days of waiting. So anyway, that's how I did it. So I didn't want this to be a 2-hour video, so I'm gonna split this into 3 videos like I just said. This is gonna be today's video, just the 36 pack box, and then we're gonna do a part 2 with the jumbo and a part 3 with the rack pack. All right, so we're just gonna stick to this one, and let's go ahead and dig on in. All right, so here we are. We got our box open, ready to go. Which, by the way, if you noticed, this was a completely sealed box in the original cellophane. Looked like the original cellophane, so I'm assuming it is. But these are indeed the wax packs. There's actually 14 cards per pack. I thought I'd read somewhere there's 12, so not sure why I thought that. But anyways, that's good news that there's 14 in a pack. So it mentions here the Provision Sports art cards. This is the first year to have the Provisions. I think Fleer did this across all sports cards. I know they did it with baseball because I really enjoyed the baseball Provisions when I was a kid. Definitely collected those. I never collected football or hockey, so I'm not sure if they did it there. I'm pretty sure they did it with football. Not sure about hockey. But I definitely like these Provisions. They're really cool, just artsy type cards. And like I said earlier, the Michael Jordan is probably the best card we're going to pull out of this wax box, that Michael Jordan Provision. Also looking for the Michael Jordan base card. And then there's several other Michael Jordan subset cards. I think there's some All-Star game cards and things like that. Some group shots that he's featured in that's still considered a decent Michael Jordan card. So let's go ahead and start opening these. So here's our first pack. You notice I got all my stands out here. So Michael Jordan's going up on these stands. The 91, 92 Fleer, I had a bunch of these when I was growing up and collecting. It was not my favorite design. I got some of these just for, you know, if I saw like this card of Charles Barkley for $1, I probably would have picked it up in the, you know, quarter bin and grabbed it just because it was Charles Barkley. But this design, for some reason, here's a Reggie Miller, has really grown on me recently. And this is an All-Star game. I don't think this is Michael Jordan. No, he's not in here. But there's one or two All-Star games that has Michael Jordan. But this design lately has really grown on me, and I've really been excited. And here we go, first pack, Michael Jordan. Very nice, all-star team. Centering, it's not so great top to bottom, but looks like we got some sharp corners. And hey, we're off to a really good start. So this is just one of several Michael Jordan cards we can get in this box. And like I said, this is all Series 1. We'll probably pick up several of these in the other 2 boxes as well. So it'll be interesting in the end to see how many of each of these Jordan cards we get. If you were to ask me my goal between all 3 boxes, I would like to see about 30 Michael Jordan cards. And I think that's pretty realistic. I've watched some people open these across YouTube, and even this wax box, it's not too difficult to get a bunch of Jordans. So I'm thinking 30 or more is what we'll get. We'll see. Looks like we got a Provisions coming up here with the white border. There's a David Robinson. Oh, no. It's just a poorly centered David Robinson card. I've never seen one that bad before. Look at the back. I almost want to put that aside just because it's so off-centered. Like it's like that special. I wonder if people like collect cards that are like just ridiculously off-centered. Looks like we got some upside down cards. So yeah, I don't know what it is, but I guess it's the nostalgia or something, but I just really appreciating this design of late. And that between the pricing, like I said, still kind of expensive picking up all 3 of these boxes, but when you compare it to all the other wax boxes out there in the basketball world, these really are the cheapest. So between price and nostalgia, I'm gonna scoot my light over here, get some more light. There we go. Between the price and the nostalgia, I'm just really appreciating these cards. So this is really nice to go through these. The other thing I like about these cards, going through them right now, is, here's our first Provisions, by the way, is they are not sticking. These are just, you know, ordinary cardboard cards. So we got our Patrick Ewing Provision. I'm gonna put a separate stack for those. Actually, I'm gonna sleeve these Provisions. So that's another goal. I'd like to get a whole set or two. Complete set of the Provisions. 4 of 6. There's only 6. See, that's pretty poorly off-centered in the back. I think I'll stick the Provisions over here. Nah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to save the stands for Jordan. I'm just going to do a stack there. Here we got Tim Hardaway. Second year Tim Hardaway card. So yeah, and these cards don't stick. You know, a lot of the glossy cards that came around just a little bit later in the 90s. You open those packs today, a lot of them really start to brick and get stuck. I thought there was another off-centered card, but no, it's another Provisions, and we've got Karl Malone. Centering is looking pretty iffy though on these cards, meaning all of these 91, 92. This may be tough to get some well-centered cards. This left to right centering on the Karl Malone is not very good. There's a second year Drazen Petrovic. Kevin McHale. Isaiah Thomas. So there's no shortage of Hall of Famers and veteran stars in these packs so far. What was that? 4 packs we've gone through. There's pack number 5. There's a Charles Barkley base card. So centering on that card looks nice. That's good condition. Of course, we're hoping that there's a Chris Mullin, our Michael Jordan cards will all be in tip-top shape. It's a Patrick Ewing All-Star team. Tim Hardaway All-Star team. I think in these Series 1 wax packs, I think the Provisions are the only inserts that we can get. Now there's going to be there's going to be Rookie Sensations in the jumbo box, and there's going to be, I think they're called Schoolyard Stars. Yeah, I think there's 1 per rack pack. But to my knowledge, there's no big names in that set. There's definitely no Michael Jordan, unfortunately. And there's another All-Star game. This one does not have Michael Jordan on it. There's a Mitch Richmond. We got a John Stockton All-Star team. Here's a Dennis Rodman base card. A little thin on the right border. I'd say the corners look sharp on these. Here's Pat Riley. I think Pat Riley and Phil Jackson are the 2 coach cards that are semi-popular. It's another All-Star game. And here is the Phil Jackson, giving us the look. I was never one to collect coach cards, and I don't think they're very popular, but I just noticed some damage right there in those cards. I was just talking about sharp corners, but those cards are really damaged on the edges. But I noticed that, yeah, there are some people that do collect, especially Phil Jackson with the championship bowls. And, you know, Pat Riley, also great coach. My favorite growing up as a Miami Heat fan. There's another Charles Barkley All-Star team. I think that's the second one we've pulled. Got a bunch of these All-Star games, and I'm not... It seems like we've gotten the same two so far. There's a Reggie Miller base card. We got another Michael Jordan. I had a feeling this was the same pack again. This one looks to be a little bit better centering than the previous one. So that is our second Michael Jordan All-Star. Oh, but do you see the damage? I just noticed. I don't see it at first. But right there, that same damage we saw in the previous pack. That's a shame. Fortunately, this card didn't have it. I don't know what would cause that. Maybe in the manufacturing process, but that's unfortunate. So that one with the damage is not going to be worth very much. But we still got a lot of cards to go through, so got a lot more chances here. Speaking of, here is the one we're looking for. Off-centered, but no damage, so that's good. Sharp corners. It's not going to grade as a 10, but well, I do see right up there. There's a little bit of a, if I can get the angle right. Yeah, that top edge is just a little bent in. That's a shame. Yeah, so I wouldn't send that off to be graded. You can see it right there. Right there by my finger. But that's the card we're looking for. And if we could get at least one of those in really nice shape, that would, well, let's just say if we had a PSA 10, that would easily pay back for this whole box. It's a David Robinson base card. There's a Karl Malone. And yeah, I mean, unfortunately, anything else, even though there's a lot of star players here, pretty much everything else is mostly worthless. It's only the Michael Jordan cards that are really worth anything. If you could get, I've seen people sell the Provision set, you know, if they had them all as PSA 10s. I think this is Michael Jordan right here. Doing the layup. Yes, unforgettable moments like this one film, Michael Jordan's highlight. So there we go. Here's one of the All-Star Game cards. Pretty good shape. The back is off-centered a little bit, but overall pretty good shape. So we'll be looking for a couple of those. Not as not featured like some of his other cards, but hey, it mentions him specifically. It's got him there, so we'll take it. Michael Jordan. There's Robert Parrish. But I've seen people selling like complete set of PSA 10 Provisions, and for a pretty good price, a couple $100. And I think that's fair because these are really hard cards to get in 10s, between the centering and making sure you got sharp corners. It looks like the bottom of the packs has the same damage here once again. So it's really a shame. Yeah. So if we got some of that damage on some more Jordans, that's really going to be a shame. All right, starting the next pack here with, seeing some duplication here. Here's Chris Mullin, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, All-Star Team, Tim Hardaway. So those are all cards we already picked up earlier. Definitely see a lot of the A lot of that damage going on. I'm not sure why that's at the bottom of all these packs. There's a John Stockton. Magic Johnson. Pretty good shape. It's one of the better cards in the set that's not Michael Jordan. We got a Clyde Drexler. That was about it for that pack. I see a Scottie Pippen at the back of that pack. Here's an All-Star Game card. I think this is another Michael Jordan. Yes. I believe that's him right there on the far left. And there's probably some mention. Michael Jordan speaks. Yes. All right. So this is our other All-Star Game Jordan card. Pretty good condition. The red bordering is a little bit thicker here than on that side, but that seems to be the trend so far in this box. Centering is a little tricky. But we've already got 4 different Jordans. 2 of the All-Star Team Jordans. If those were, here's a Gary Payton. If those were in 9s or 10s, grade-wise, I'd be ecstatic. Here is another Provision, Magic Johnson. But once again, the centering is pretty bad. It's not the worst centering, but we've already got the Michael Jordan, Johnson, Ewing, Malone. We've got 4 of the 6. So we're on our way to completing that set at least. Here's a Reggie Miller League Leaders. And there's our Scottie Pippen, which actually is in great shape. I spoke too soon. Now we've got the damage on this side. Dang. Otherwise it would have been great shape. So I wonder what causes that when you're opening a brand new factory sealed box. Here's a great start to this pack. Hakeem Olajuwon. Again, the centering on these cards is rough. This top border is way thinner than the bottom. Same with this Dominique Wilkins. We got the All-Star Game card again. The centering, though, pretty bad. You can see the difference here on the red borders. I gotta start checking the sides of these cards, though. I don't see any other damage, so that's the good news. So we got 2 of those. There's a Gary Payton again. So we have yet to hit a base Jordan, I just realized. And that's the one that I'm really hoping to get a few. The base Jordan is always going to be one of the more popular ones. And of course, in this case, that Provisions. Here's another horribly centered card. It's even got this black strip here. This is really something. Look how terrible that is. I've never seen a card that bad. That's even worse than the David Robinson. Man, whoever cut these did a terrible job. At least this David Robinson that we got out of this pack's better. That one looks pretty good. So yeah, still looking for the base Jordan. We're almost halfway through our box. Here's a base David Robinson. I think that's the second one. Karl Malone. So you can see we're getting lots of duplicates, which is fine by me because I'd like to get a couple Jordans, specifically the base and the Pro Vision. I think there's a Slam Dunk Jordan. This reminds me of it. If not, there should be. Like, they should make one because obviously he was pretty awesome at that. John Stockton, league leader. Nice. Sean Kemp, one of my favorites from the early 90s. And that's a Theodore Edwards. All right, so yeah, we're almost about halfway through this box. Here's an Akeem Olajuwon All-Star team. That's about it for that pack. It's a pretty dud pack. Tell you what, since we're about halfway done, let's spread out some of these cards a little bit. Just so I can fill up my stands here. Another Akeem Olajuwon All-Star. And there's the Hakeem Olajuwon base card. I think that's 3 of those now. Dominique Wilkins All-Star. A little bit of damage. Yeah, so there's a trend here in this box. When we get to the bottom 3 or 4 cards, we have the same damage. It'll be a crying shame if some more of our Jordans show up like that. Felt like some of these were stuck together, but they're not. Ooh, that's a terrible pack right there. All right, so it looks like we've hit the halfway point. Still no base Jordan. That's gotta be at least one in this box. If not, they better make up for it in the jumbo box and the rack pack box. Got a bunch of upside down cards. There's another Drazen, Kevin McHale, Isaiah. Still no Jordan base. Here we go. David Robinson Pro Visions. So that is, I'd say all these have the same centering. The left border is bigger than the right border. It seems like on every one of these. That is 5 of 6. Well, it's actually 1 of 6, but we only need 1 more to complete the set to get all 6 of them. So that's looking pretty good. Here's a Vlade. Patrick Ewing base card. There's the Michael Jordan base, finally. Oh, and because it was at the bottom of the pack, we have the damage there and there. Ugh, that's rough. Still gonna keep it, of course. But yeah, that'll never grade at anything. That's rough. That is rough. Oh, if it wasn't for that damage on these cards, this would have been a hot box. But man, what terrible luck. Every one of these packs has some kind of edge damage to those bottom cards. And folks, here we go. Vlade Divac. I think we're going to hit another Jordan. Yes. This one, my friends, does not have the damage and the centering is good. Hallelujah. It's not a 10. There's a little white speck up there, but hallelujah. That is going to make up for it. Let's take a closer look. Corners look sharp. Back looks good. No edge damage. Phew. That's a relief. That is a relief. All right, so we got Patrick Ewing. And as we go through this pack, you can see the edges are damaged. So thankfully, that Jordan was right in the middle. That was really cool. 2 Jordans back to back, the base Jordans. Yeah, it was really cool. Here's another Jordan. The All-Star Game. And corner's a little round, but the centering's pretty decent. Yeah, cool. So we're racking up the Jordans. There are plenty of Jordans in this box. How many do we have so far? Individual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Michael Jordans. That's nice. Robert Parrish. We're about 2/3 of the way through the box. Karl Malone. This is an all-star card. Dominique base card. There's a Chris Mullin all-star team. All right. Well, if we could get... so I'm pretty happy with that base Jordan. I'd like to get another Pro Vision. See if we can get one with better centering. It's a John Stockton all-star team. Here's a Dennis Rodman base. Pat Riley. So we saw these before. All-star game. That is not the Jordan. Phil Jackson coach. Hakeem Olajuwon league leader. So I still think there's another Jordan. It's either a league leader or slam dunk. It's one of those two. I could be wrong. Maybe we've hit all the Jordans for Series 1. I feel like there's still one more. Could be wrong. There's David Robinson, league leader. Got it for that pack. All right, we have we got 10 packs left, so still got a good chance here of getting a few more nice cards. Larry Bird. I forgot about Larry Bird. Nice. It's one of the better cards for sure. It's another horribly centered card, horribly cut. Oh man, the number's like completely gone. That is rough. It's an interesting box of cards between the poor cuts and then the damage, and at the same time loaded with Jordans. Interesting box indeed. There's Gary Payton. Oh, this might be the last one we need. The Charles Barkley. The left border is continually bigger than the right border on all these. So we got the Jordan, Robinson, Malone, Ewing, Johnson, Barkley. We completed the set. How cool is that? So yeah, they're off-centered, but to not get a single duplicate and actually get the whole set is really cool. Reggie Miller, that was a league leader. Nice. Scottie Pippen, that's I think our second one in the box. Alrighty, so man, yeah, if some of these were centered better and didn't have the damage, this box would just be on fire. Another Magic Johnson. Here's another All-Star, but that is not Michael Jordan. It's a Mitch Richmond. So you can see we're hitting tons of duplicates. And there's only so many, you know, in Series 1. Which, you know, by the time I get through the jumbo box and the rack packs, I may be absolutely sick of these cards. Absolutely sick of them. There's a Sean Kemp Slam Dunk. I think that's the first one we have. We had his base card. I still feel like there's another Michael Jordan. There's a Muggsy Bogues. Always loved Muggsy Bogues. I still think there's another Michael Jordan. And if we don't hit it in this box, we're going to hit a bunch of them, I'm sure. Coming up in our next 2 videos, there's another Dominique Wilkins base card. Karl Malone All-Star Team. Chris Mullin All-Star Team. A lot of duplicates from that pack. All right, we are winding down. We have 5 packs left. So our odds of pulling a Provision Jordan at this point are a little low. There's another Olajuwon All-Star Team. That's like 3 or 4 base Olajuwons. Another Dominique Wilkins All-Star Team. Ah, another Michael Jordan. This is the All-Star Game where he's on the left. But since this was near the bottom, there's that damage. Ugh. Don't even know why I'm sleeving it up. I'm sleeving it up because it's Michael Jordan. That's a shame. Man, it's like I'm disappointed and I'm excited all at the same time. Just completely mixed feelings about this box. You want to at least get your money back. Joe Dumars, and, you know, I maybe got my money back. Here's another Provision. Charles Barkley. Still got that, the left border is bigger than the right. I wonder if a lot of them are like that. Just feels like this will be a very difficult card to get in a 10 because of that bordering. John Stockton, typical damage. I think that's just what makes it bittersweet, that the damage to every one of these packs just really hurts a little bit. Knowing that you get it in a brand new factory sealed box and that could happen. It's a Reggie Miller league leader. By the way, this is the third of our last 3, number 1 of our last 3 packs. Scottie Pippen, we've got a bunch of him now. Robert Parrish. That's another Jordan All-Star. And it's looking pretty good. So this one was at the bottom of the pack, and yeah, there's the damage. God dang it. That sucks. That sucks. All right, 2 packs left. 2 packs left. Of another Vlade. Oh, you know what that means. The repetition. There's a Jordan base just around the corner. There it is, because here's Ewing. Here's our Jordan base. Probably the last one of the box, and oh, it's almost beautiful, but look at that. That tiny little mark there, that is a little print error. Or printing flaw, I should say. Gosh. This happens so much, I feel like. I've mentioned this in some of my other videos. Like, you finally get a card that's like good centering, sharp corners, no damage, and then it has this stupid little printing flaw. It's like it just knows. It's like they were like, oh, it's Michael Jordan. Let's make sure we put a little flaw in there so that it can't be a perfect card. Like, oops, we centered it, and oops, we and there's Magic Johnson there. Oops, we Didn't have any damage to it, so we need to put a little mark on there. All right, well, I got 3 Jordan base out of this box. That's exciting, though. That's very exciting. There's James Worthy. Hadn't gotten him yet, so that's cool. So a few different cards on our... Here's another All-Star Game card. No Jordan there. Yeah. Oh! Yes! Yes, I forgot about it. So it's a League Leaders Michael Jordan. And wouldn't you know, there is the damage. That was the only one we got in this box. I knew there was that other Jordan somewhere. It's a League Leaders. Yeah. Well, it's bittersweet, my friends. Bittersweet. Oops, and I dropped a card on the floor. Oh, well, it's going to stay there. All right. So, just like that, we have wrapped up our first video, 36 wax packs. And like I said, it's bittersweet. But let's count them up. Let's see how we did. We have... how am I going to do this? Well, let's start with the basics first. Not that anyone would care about these, but I find these pretty interesting, how terrible the cuts are on these. So I put those aside just for giggles. A lot of this is probably no good, but I pulled quite a bit of Hall of Famers. A lot of duplication in this stack. But there was some Magic Johnson, some Larry Birds, Keem Olajuwon, Dave Robinson, some of our favorite stars from back in the day. The only duplicate Provision we got was the Charles Barkley. But what was cool is we ended up with the whole set. What wasn't cool is they're all off-centered. I don't think any of them had that horrible damage to them. The Michael Jordan did not. Yeah, so all our Provisions, aside from centering issues, are actually in pretty good shape. So we got a complete set in that box. We ended up getting 3 Jordan base cards. Now, 2 of the 3... Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Let me check this out. Well, oh, that's right. Yeah, that one of them had that little flaw on them. This one's damaged. This one's okay. So 2 of the 3 are actually in pretty good shape. But just to show you the odds, I mean, I got 3 of those in one box. That's still really good odds. So we got 3 of those. We got 1 of the League Leaders. I just won't talk about the damage cards anymore. We'll just forget about that. 2 of these All-Star cards, and I spread them out, but 2 of the All-Star Team Michael Jordan single cards. Of course, we got the Provision. We've got 3 of these. Oh, I'm mistaken. We got 3 of these All-Stars, and we had 3 of these All-Stars. So we actually had 3 of these. So let's put all our Jordans together, and we'll count them up. So we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in this one box. Our goal, we said, was 30, and we already got 13. I do believe we are going to meet that goal and then some. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. This was fun. It's a little bittersweet. Like I said, it's just, I wish that there weren't damage to these cards. You know, I can deal with off-centered cards. That's to be expected. I can deal with a couple round corners. But when you have cards that just have every single pack, where several of the cards have the same exact damage, yeah, that just gets to be a little bittersweet. But on the bright side, you can see the numbers. If it weren't for that damage, this box would have been fire, just pure fire. 13 Jordans, hey, that's a heck of a run. So in the end, yeah, it's good. It's good. Would I buy it again? Probably, because it was the cheapest one I could find. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, guys. This is our first video of 3, so please check out the second video. We're going to be opening up the big cello box. I call it cello. Cello, which I don't even think it's cello. I think it's just jumbo packs. Cello is the clear cellophane. No, it is not a musical instrument wrapped over the cards. It's not a cello. I think it's just basic jumbo packs. But we will get into that, and let's see how many Jordans we can get out of there. And we'll keep it going. So the goal is 30. I'm going to lean closer to 50 at this point. Why don't we say 50? And we'll just be bold. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later.